It's my pleasure to introduce my good friend, the birthday girl, and my partner on radio. Next year, it'll be 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, with the Q&A, here is Susan Waldman.
We've shared a lot. You're going to share with me. We're going to share. You know,
I can't get the mic away from you. What do you mean?
It's in my hand here. I think what people don't know, this team didn't start off all that great in 1998, and I want to go back to 1997. The worst plane ride home I've ever been on. Angry, cold. You lost to Cleveland. Things changed right there, didn't they, on that plane ride home from Cleveland?
Well, the team was just so distraught after winning in '96, Susan, that they didn't assume they were going to win. They just expected to because they felt they were better. It was really tough, that last game 5 against Cleveland. You know, Paul O'Neill hits a double. Bernie Williams makes the last out with a ball, you know, to left center field. And I was going to have a meeting after the game, and I had to find Bernie. Bernie, it took me time to scrape him off the steps outside in the dugout. And little did I know at the time, but these guys, you know, made a commitment to themselves about 1998.
And the first thing that happened was Kenny Rogers is traded to Oakland for a player to be named later. What it turned out to be was third baseman Scott Brocious, who ended up being the MVP of the World Series, had 98 RBIs from the 7, 8, or 9. Scott Brocious, where are you?
Right there.
Right, get up to this microphone. Let's go. Scott Brocious. Okay, you come to New York, you've been on the West Coast your whole life. What's it like for you to walk in here, go to spring training with the New York Yankees, being on the West Coast your whole career?
Yeah, well, number one, I think coming here as a visiting player was highly uncomfortable. Coming to the stadium, the fans, everything that you face, it was not a comfortable place to be. But showing up here as a Yankee didn't take long at all to get real comfortable. You know, you're talking about the end of the '97 season and how it played into '98, and being the new kid on the block. We're sitting around in spring training one morning, and really my first day meeting a lot of these guys and having conversations with them, and what struck me, it still strikes me, and talk about it today, is every conversation in the clubhouse is about winning. Every conversation from day one in spring training was about getting back to the World Series and about winning, and that's what this team, you know, really was all about. Winning was most important.
And you did a lot of that. And what was the feeling? We just saw you running around the bases as you looked at that home run. What was that like off of Trevor Hoffman?
Yeah, you know, I'm talking to Tino about this. You always wonder if you're in that situation, would you be able to play it cool, or would you get kind of emotional? And I think I kind of learned right away that I'm not the play it cool kind of guy. There's a lot of emotions. It's just joy. It's like being a kid again and playing the game.
Thank you. And the next thing that happened, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to, you know, I got a little cocky, I think, when you hit that home run off Trevor Hoffman. And I'm sitting next to Zim on the bench, and you threw those arms up at first base. I said to Zim, I said, that's the cover of Sports Illustrated. I was a little ahead of myself, but it worked.
And I think that other people don't know also, thanks, Scott, is that games that we played in San Diego before the season, Mariano fell in a hole at San Diego State and pulled his groin. And so for the first, I don't know, 3-4 weeks of the season, there was no Mariano Rivera, but there was Mike Stanton. So Mike Stanton, it's your first Old-Timers Day. Come on up here. First 3 saves of the year was Mike Stanton.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember we were a little punchy starting the season. We had a good spring, and then we went out west, and you know, all of a sudden we couldn't find a win. We had a meeting in San Diego, and if I remember correctly, Michael, the last out you got to get us on our way home to win a ball game was to get that monster out, that right-hand hitter that Mariano didn't have very good luck against.
Yeah, that was Edgar Martinez, and I think he hit a line drive to Bernie in center, almost knocked Bernie over. First, I would like to thank everybody. It's been, I don't know what it's taken so long for me to get back, but this is awesome. This will not be my last one, but yeah, after that win, I don't think we lost very much after that.
Well, I know that personally, but, you know, we came back to New York for the welcome home dinner, and with all the talk about, you know, we have to make some changes after the first 5 or 6 games, George Steinbrenner came over and says, "You're my guy." Well, you know, that carries a lot of water at times, you know.
I think it does. Also, that meeting, they're 1-3 in Seattle, and David Cohn and Paul O'Neill all about this meeting because we're getting rumors that Joe Torre's going to be fired in Seattle. David and Paul, you want to come up and talk about that game in Seattle when you guys had that meeting? Paul hates to do this, but it's time. David Cohn and Paul O'Neill.
Well, first of all, thank you. Obviously, this was a year that none of us will ever forget. Second of all, Coney, you and I have the opportunity every day to have a microphone in front of us, so we say things sometimes that we have to explain. But we all like Joe Torre, so we didn't want him to get fired, so we started going on a winning streak. What else can you say? But you know what, Skip, you used to always say in the meetings, sooner or later the cream will come to the top. When you get off to a bad start, I know it's a tough thing in New York, but obviously the cream came to the top. And I look back at the 4 championships, 98 by far was the best team that I ever had the pleasure to play with. Thank you very much.
Just want to say we love you, Joe. We wouldn't have gotten there without you. And to the fans, thank you for making another Old-Timers Day so special. We've all been here for so many. To the Yankees players currently, thank you for being out here. To the Milwaukee players that are out here, thank you for being out here. This is baseball history right here. These are the greatest fans in the world. Thank you.
And I remember having a meeting in Cleveland after losing an ugly game 2 in the championship series. And I was telling these guys they're going to have to, you know, relax and have some fun. Because when you win 114 games in the season, the pressure is enormous that you know, you'd better win or nobody's going to remember what you accomplished during the season. And Paul O'Neill came up to me when I told everybody to have some fun. He came up to me after the meeting and he says, "It's not fun unless you win." So that pretty much signal what our ball club was all about. But I want to go back to Game 1 of the '98 World Series at Yankee Stadium. We were getting beat up a little bit because at San Diego they were powerhouse. And the one thing that turned us around, and we never looked back after Game 1, was Tino Martinez at bat. Tino, you want to get up here? The bases loaded, left-hand hitter, left-hand pitcher, Mark Langston. Give us a little rundown in your mind, because I know, and you know, I think everybody knows by the passion you showed for your whole career here, is, you know, what was going through your mind when you got up to the plate?
Well, I mean, basically, it was a tie game, and bases were loaded, and I was just trying to get a good pitch to hit. Trying to hit it hard somewhere to keep the rally going and get the next man up. And fortunately, I got a really good pitch in the 3-2 count, belt high, and I obviously hit it really well, and it went out of the ballpark. And I don't hit a whole lot of no-doubters, but that was a no-doubter, and I got to enjoy my run to first base and watch the beer flying up there and the fans going crazy. It was probably one of my most favorite trips around the bases. Thanks to you guys.
And one of the things about that, every time Mark Langston, who broadcasts to the Angels, is here, they play that home run, and he's screaming out the window from the press box, "I struck him out, I struck him out."
Yeah, that 2-2 pitch was close, and I tell everybody, you know, if let's just say they called it a strike and I got rung up and it's a 7-7 game in the 7th inning, Does anybody think we weren't going to win in the 8th and 9th inning anyway?
In May of that year, it was Beanie Baby Day, but something else happened that day. David Wells threw a perfect game. David, want to come up and say hello? You know, kids have that Beanie Baby from 25 years. And what do you remember most about that day besides David Cone coming to you in the 7th inning and saying, I think it's time you break out the knuckleball?
To be honest with you, I don't remember anything from that day. So
Thank you very much.
I think about the 4th or 5th inning, I started feeling human, but, you know, I knew I had a job to do. And, you know, being with the team that we had and just being focused, going out there and throwing strikes, you know, it's just something, you never know what's going to happen in a game. And when you got 8 guys behind you that are studs, you know, it makes the game a little bit easier for you, but still you got to go out and pitch. But, you know, like you said, David Cone in the 8th inning told me to break out a knuckleball, and I'm like, I don't throw a knuckleball. And he goes, we play catch every day, you do it. But I knew what he was doing. He was trying to get my mind off of what was going on. Because I remember walking in the dugout, going sitting next to Tino, and he gets up and walks away from me. I'm like, I felt I was a lonely man. But Coney was my guy. He pulled me out of it, and history was made.
Thank you. Also in May, I got to tell you, if you ever need to be in a foxhole, you want to be in a foxhole with Graham Lloyd and Darryl Strawberry. When Armando Benitez hit Tino Martinez on the shoulder, those 2 guys showed exactly what they have. And Tim Raines put the cherry on the cake afterwards. And we talked to Graham Lloyd, Darryl Strawberry, and Tim Raines. Come on up there. We had no idea that Graham Lloyd, who's a mild-mannered, lovely man from Australia, could swing like that. So, Darryl, we expected that. What goes through your mind when someone throws a 100-mile-an-hour ball, you guys, and it hits one of your teammates on the back?
Let's fight.
Well, you did that.
No, it really is. I was thinking about Jeter. He was holding me back, and he was just looking at me, and he was just laughing that he thought I was just crazy running out there like I was. He was trying to hold me back. But then you see Nelson and Graham coming from the other side, from the bullpen, and then we knew right there it was action. Our team, this team was incredible. Tino got hit, and he didn't deserve to be hit, so we needed to take care of business. That was the most important thing, to let people know that we are the New York Yankees.
And, of course, Darryl Strawberry had that homer where we had to go to Shea because a beam fell down or something. And they were so used to Darryl hitting home runs that when he hit a home run, the apple started to go up. And then the guy remembered that he wasn't on the Mets anymore, and they put it down. Graham Lloyd, we wouldn't have figured you for that kind of a fighter. I want you in the foxhole with me and Joe if something happens.
Yeah, well, Nelly was upsetting me all day down in the bullpen, so I had some aggression going. So, no, it was one of the points where it sort of happened before when Tino was over with Seattle and Edgar Martinez hit a 3-run shot. So me and Nelly said, well, if he does it again, we got to go get him. So we looked after our teammates, as we said, and we came together. And it was one of those times that I think we really pulled the team together as well.
And Tim Raines, the great thing, as I said about the cherry, you had so many great moments when you came in these years. But what happened right after that? What happened on the next pitch? What did you do with that?
Took him deep.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those situations where, you know, everybody was upset, especially on the Yankee side, about what happened. And, you know, I was going to be the next guy up, a new pitcher. But I felt like we as a team, and me as being a part of the team, had to send a message to those teams that you can't mess with the Yankees. Cannot mess with the Yankees. And I'm really not a home run hitter, but in that situation, you know, I'm looking for a fastball to turn the fan on, and I got it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I tell you, it's really, you can't win a game unless you finish a game. And what really made my life a whole lot easier is looking down the bullpen and knowing that number 42 was coming in. He was going to throw it to number 20. So Georgie and Mariano, come on up. Jorge. When Mo comes into the game, I mean, first of all, you're the catcher, and you know you put down the signs. Is there what conversation would go into his coming into the game?
Well, make my job a lot easier also. Yeah, it was just about if there was a guy on second base, what sign we were using and stuff like that, but he only had the number 1, so it was a lot easier. Just go ahead and throw it. You know, it was very a lot of fun to have him on the mound.
I said, bring it on. We need a translator.
Come on in. Come on, Mo. You finished it. You're not finishing here today, but see if you can hold them.
It was Sato. It was his fault. He always brought me to. Most of the time when I was already on my way to throw, he's still giving signs. I said, Roddy, get ready, Sato, because it's coming. So, but he always got me ready, though.
One of the things about 1998, there was the year that Jorge Posada stopped being the future catcher and became the present catcher. And you just had an amazing career, and we all thank you for that. I do have a question for you, Mr. Posada. When David Wells is throwing that perfect game, do you think if I'm calling for the wrong pitch, he's going to give up a hit and it's going to be my fault?
Yeah, you can't think like that. So you just go through your scouting report and you try to think of the at-bats before and you try to mix it up. David was fun for me to catch because I had to call the game, but he had unbelievable stuff. It made my job easier.
One of the things that Georgie told me once years ago is that you have to treat all the different pitchers differently. David Wells has a very different personality than David Cone, and your buddy El Duque over there, you used to get him mad because he was great. The good thing about El Duque, do you know that he never would have pitched if David Cone did not get bitten on the finger by his mother's dog? It's a true story. Remember that, David? Yes. Well, he would have pitched eventually, but not that day. Duque, you want to come up and say hello here? You don't have to, but you can. Favorite memory from you?
Please, remember 1998. Leo, please, comment.
Oh, Leo, where are you? Come on, quick.
Please. Yep.
Leo is a translator for Duque and for Alfonso Soriano. I know you're a grandfather.
Leo,
get out
today.
there. Come on, get out there. El Duque had so many important games. And what is his favorite memory besides throwing the glove with the ball in it to first base?
Más bonita, además de tirar guante primero.
La más importante, mi primer día que tuve la oportunidad de lanzar en el Yankee Stadium por la organización y por supuesto cuando la organización me da la oportunidad de jugar después de haber estado suspendido por 2 años y medio de jugar el béisbol.
My most important one was my first start here at Yankee Stadium, getting the opportunity to pitch professionally after being suspended for 2 years and being able to do what I love, is play baseball.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a couple more people. Look at them, the core 4 all sitting together over there in the end. Andrew Eugene Pettit, come on up here.
Andy, I've got to tell you this. I've got to confess. When I first came on board here in '96, and I walked in the trainer's room and you were preparing to start a game, I watched you and you were staring into space. I said, this son of a gun is scared to death. Boy, did I learn I was the truth, man. Tell us about, 1998. What stood out for you in 1998?
Well, what a great team, first of all. Just a great group of men to play with and just so fun. The thing that stood out to me, we're talking World Series, obviously a championship. That was a strange one for me. My dad had open heart surgery, I think, the night of Game 2, and so I wasn't even with the team. I flew in the night of Game 3 there into San Diego and pitched Game 4, and we were able to wrap that World Series up, and it was just a party after that, right? And so just what a great group of guys. Skip, you did such a great job of leading us, and just like a father figure to all of us, and just loved that so much. But just enjoyed taking the field with these guys so much.
And Andy, one more thing for you, and we got to mention a couple of people. I first heard of you from the late Tony Cloninger, who saw you in the Arizona Fall League, and obviously Mel Stottlemyre, who was also not here, is like a father to you. What did those two men mean in your career?
Just so much. Tony was just such a great man and such a great mentor to me. And then, of course, I can't say enough about Mel Stottlemyre. Just another great father figure. Spent so many hours with him sitting out in that bullpen, trying to figure out how to get guys out in this league, and just more of a mental coach for me than even a pitching coach. But just walk through me through the good and the bad. Skip walked through me through the good and the bad and helped me just, when things were going bad, always look positive and always move forward. And those guys were just great mentors to me in my life. I've been very blessed with all the guys I had help me get up here.
Thanks, Pat. All right, Blub. We got one guy who needs to come to the microphone. That's the captain. Come on up here, Captain.
Leo, we need an interpreter.
An interpreter. Hey, from our coaching staff back in '98, there are three missing. Mel and Don Zimmer and Tony Cloninger. And I know you had a great relationship with Don Zimmer. He was holding your bat and you'd rub his head and the whole thing. Just tell us about that relationship and really wrap it up with the '98 season, if you would.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I was pretty close with Zim. You talk about someone that's been in baseball for 50-plus years. He's seen absolutely everything. I enjoyed joking around with him, but I've always been a sponge for knowledge, and I used to lean on Zim quite a bit. You talk about the '98 team. I'm a little biased, but I'd put that team up against any team that's ever played this game. We had basically won a division in about May, but we continued every single day to win. That's the only thing anyone cared about. They didn't care about personal statistics. The only thing they cared about was winning. So '98 team is always going to be special. And just one last thing to the fans. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the Yankee organization, because they do a great job bringing us all back here. We get a chance to spend some time together and reminisce. So thank you all for coming.
George Steinbrenner's watching over us. Thanks for everybody, and thanks for all of the old-timers that came.